Hello, my name is Tosing Omolaja and you're welcome to NAFTA and Your Else, where we bring you all the important information you need to know about NAFTA. The agency is saddled with the responsibility of safeguarding our health by ensuring that the foods, drugs, cosmetics, and medical equipment made available to us are safe and wholesome. In this edition of NAFTA and Your Health, we'll delve into how the agency strives to ensure that protective products against COVID-19, such as hand sanitizers, are consistently of the required quality. Early in 2020, when the coronavirus first hit Nigeria, the Director General of NAFTA, as part of the agency's response to the rising pandemic, invited suitable local manufacturers to produce protective regulated products such as hand sanitizers.
NAFTA is fighting the coronavirus, COVID-19, and is using a holistic, cerebral, and scientific approach to combat the coronavirus. As part of the agency's health, safety, and environmental management system, to protect the public and safeguard the health of the nation, we have modified our regulatory processes for hand sanitizers and medicines that have potentials or that offer some measure of protection against the virus. NAFTA routinely gives approvals in clinical trials for drugs or medical products that have been documented to be of quality and have safe clinical efficacy evidences. In terms of sanitizers, sanitizers are for prevention, and as part of our mandate to safeguard the health of our nation, I discussed with my directors on the availability of sanitizers and how many companies are on our database, or are in our database rather, that have been registered to produce sanitizers, because my own goal is to make sure that the local manufacturers have the opportunity to make products that we can use within the country.
NAFTA had already put in place measures to ensure that we have digital online platforms which support our regulatory processes. Those platforms have remained open and they are functional, where we are able to get electronic applications, online applications using the NAPAM's version 2 online platform, as well as emails from applicants who have requests for expedited approvals to address the needs of the COVID-19 pandemic. The digital platforms have enabled us to be able to be responsive to the needs of our applicants as we work to ensure that we have quality products that meet those needs. I mean, whether you're talking about alcohol-based hand sanitizers, you're talking about test kits, or you're talking about personal protective equipment, and also other regulated products that we do have responsibility to ensure access to, we are ready, able, and actually functional to ensure that such applications are processed, promptly received. We engage with clients electronically. The DG had, at the beginning of the pandemic, approved an expedited pathway for the processing of products deemed to be necessary to address the pandemic, where we have a reduction from 120 days to 10 working days. Even with that in place, as we are currently functioning electronically, we have been able to convey approvals within 24 to 48 hours of receipt. Once there are no compliances, we do our reviews and make sure everything is online, and all the regulatory requirements that we deem necessary have been met. We have been able to convey some approvals within 24 hours of receipt to applicants to make sure that the products are actually available for the needs during the COVID-19 pandemic. Also, in addition to that, we have been able to work on administrative requests, some compassionate use, for example, also existing registrations where we need to ensure approvals continue to be given, as well as ensuring that we enable the trade platforms, the single window trade platforms, which allow us to process approvals to allow importation for some of those regulated products. Those platforms are up, running, and have been functional.
NAFTA has been working to ensure essential products required for the efforts at stopping the spread of COVID-19, such as alcohol-based hand sanitizers, are not only in adequate supply, but meets the threshold of safety, quality, and efficacy.
We have the registration at nafdac.gov email, which is open. Applicants can send in their requests through those platforms electronically, and we're working with those electronic requests to process. One thing we do request is that as those emails come in, we expect that we'll be able to communicate, and we have been responding to those emails when we need further information from the applicants to make sure that they meet our requirements. So that has been working. We have had several applications that have been processed and conveyed using this electronic platform for alcohol-based hand sanitizers.
There were 21 alcohol sanitizer registered before the pandemic. Currently, there are 265 sanitizers registered by the agency. The agency spares no effort in ensuring that these hand sanitizers meet the required standards that guarantee adequate protection for the users. Officers of the Drug Evaluation and Research Directorate embark on regular monitoring of hand sanitizer production sites across the country, irrespective of their scale of production. This monitoring exercise, like it's done for every other production site of regulated products across board, is to ensure consistent good manufacturing practice, which in turn guarantees sustainable good quality products.
Normally, when we go for that inspection, a lot of things we have to think in mind. One, we want to look at the premises. We want to look at they have all the facility necessary so that I can manufacture, a good product. And also for them to be consistent, it's our major duty to be sure that the product that manufactured is consistent. So what we normally do is that we will look at the systems they have in place. We look at the raw materials, because raw material is a key because of the adulteration. Because so many people will find out it's supposed to be alcohol, like for sanitizers. So sometimes they're mixing with other poisonous chemicals. Some people even mix it with methanol, and they call it hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer is supposed to contain only alcohol, not methanol, for hand sanitizer. So these are the things we need to check when we go for inspection. So we look at the processes. Is it complying with their procedure, the written procedure? Because they're expected to have what we call standard operating procedure. So we have to check, because we don't want the product not to be consistent. That's the purpose of going for the GMP. So we look at their water, we look at where they store their raw materials, we look at the environment, even the neighbors. Because we don't want anything to contaminate the product. Because if not, the consumer will be at risk.
Oftentimes, these GMP inspections are made impromptu so that regulatory officer may have first-hand insight into what really goes on in the production site. NAFTA and your rails will be right back. Please stay tuned.
Come inside, oh. Tayo. Abeg, come sit down. Sit down.
Wey Mama Junior and Junior now.
We dey here, oh.
Mama the mama.
Junior, quick. Come go buy alcohol for your uncle for Auntie Caro shop.
No. Go sit down, Junior. No now, bros. What you want to do so? You don't know, say, if you dey send Junior to go buy alcohol like this, small time now, AI go begin enter am. Himself go want to drink alcohol for this in small pikin age. Ha! Bros, abeg, give me the money. Make I go buy am by myself.
I been no know.
Waiting. I tell you before.
NAFDAC talk say alcohol na no for pikin wey never reach 18 years.
I no go send am that kind of message again.
Yes, so my people. Na me, you, parents, guardians, marketers, and even retailers sef suppose stop small pikin dem make they no dey drink alcohol for this week community o. Join us today. Na Distillers and Blenders Association of Nigeria, NAFDAC, and Federal Ministry of Health bring una this message o.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching NAFTA and your rails. In Lagos, we joined the monitoring team on one of such GMP inspections. Although this particular site is on a medium-scale production, it's important to highlight the critical role the production environment plays in the production process, the principle of which can and should be replicated even in micro and small-scale productions.
We are into our external preparation area where we used to make our external preparations like our sanitizers plus ointments and creams in these places. Mainly we are focusing into the our hand sanitizers. Where we are standing here, it's a totally automatic plant. The plant is also constructed as per the CGMP WHO standards. Where the clean room panels, lightings, plus it is also having the epoxy floorings, as well as the it is connected with the HVAC system, where it's a high ventilated air conditioning area, where you will get always the fresh airs, plus is as per the latest WHO standards, we will get the latest output of the sanitizers.
Three very key points to note as far as the production environment is concerned, irrespective of the scale of operation, are: 1. A sparkling clean environment with all workers properly clad to discourage contamination. 2. Proper lighting system and the right concentration of key ingredients, especially ethanol.
The major ingredient, which is actually the active ingredient that is responsible for the sanitization of the hands that we clamor for, is the ethanol. And the percentage ethanol that we retain in our product is 70% ethanol that we have in our product. Then apart from that, we have glycerin, which allows the use of the ethanol in our hands. We know we use it consistently to sanitize, to be, calm on the skin, so that the skin will not be too harsh after a long use of the ethanol. I think those are the major ingredients that are in our products.
Actually, before we start any production of any pharmaceutical products, the NAFTA people will be involved, especially the Drug Enforcement Division. They normally comes around after we have introduced the product, written to NAFDAC, application letter that we are intended to manufacture the so-called products. So concerning this ozone hand sanitizer, we have to do the pre-production inspection after sending the application letter to NAFDAC, which they came to inspect the units prior to the registration of the product. And in the process of the pre-production inspection, they sampled our hand sanitizer. Initially, we made the 70 ml pack size and 500 ml size. Later, we did the extension of 100 ml. They came and they sampled, and it was sent to their lab. It was reviewed. At the end of the day, it was registered, and we allotted NAFDAC registration number. Being a pharmaceutical company, there used to be inspection to the units. Could be a random, organized inspection. Sometimes they don't inform us that they are coming, just to see that what we are still doing conform to the standard and the regulation that they have laid down, which they often do. Sometimes it's a slated inspection, maybe because we want to take GMP certificate or want to register a new product. We still invite them to the units, which they will do inspection. And in the process, they always ensure that we are still up to the standard that is being expected. In doing this one, it ensures that whatever we shun out of this company is substandard, is safe, and it's going to do what the certifications, that is, it's going to do the purpose for which it's intended for.
Onye na-akụbatawa. Omenoko.
Ndewo.
Nọdụ ala n'oche.
Nwanyị mma.
Nna Ibe. No. Ịbịala.
Anna. bịa gaa na ke mama kara okpe zụtara dede gị otu ebe mmanya kara aka.
Ịma na ọ wụ onye nkwụ.
Mbanụ, ịma na ọ dịghị mma. Ọ n'ime na ọ dịghị mma iziga ụmụaka na-erubeghị afọ 18 igote mmanya na-aba n'anya. Ọ dịghị mma. Ngwa nye m ka m gote n'aka m.
Ekwesịkwara nọ m ịma.
Mana agbabuola m gị.
Ụlọ ọrụ NAFDAC ekwuola ya hoo ha so na ekwekwala ka ụmụaka na-erubeghị afọ 18 na-enwe mmekọ ha na mmanya na-aba n'anya. Ọ ga-eme ha na-etinye anya na mmanya.
Aga m ezikakwa ha nna ọzọ.
Ọ bụ ọrụ dịrị mụ na gị, nne na nna, ndị na-ere mmanya na ndị na-elekọta ụmụaka. Kwụsị na ụmụaka na-erubeghị afọ 18 ịṅụ mmanya na-aba n'anya n'obodo anyị. Sonyere na anyị taa.
Ozi a sitere n'aka ndị ozi mmanya Distillers and Blenders Association, ụlọ ọrụ NAFDAC na ngalaba gọọmenti na-ahụ maka ahụike na-eru gị ntị.
It's a mandate for NAFDAC that any product that manufactured in Nigeria meets specification and produced according to guidelines for manufacturing of medical devices or cosmetics at any time. So it is the duty of NAFDAC to go all the facilities to ensure that the people are not shortchanging the consumers. So what we normally do is that before a product is being registered, so it's mandatory that we must visit that facility to ensure that it's in compliance to good manufacturing practice. That is the mandate of the NAFDAC. So when we go for the facility, we ensure that they follow the written procedure. It is not that they manufacture something else and they have something written down, something else. So it's our duty to ensure that they followed the written procedure, which this company is one of the companies we have visited before. And during this pandemic era, we have visited, a lot of the company has applied. In fact, we used to be having average of 20 before the pandemic, but now it's risen almost up to 80 applications per month. So you can see that the surge is very high. So that is what this pandemic will find at this particular time. So we only think that we encourage the whatever applicant to follow the normal procedure. The production process is that it starts from the starting material to finished product. In fact, any product that coming from the company must be tested to make sure that it meets the requirement and the quality is standard. So that is what we ensure. In fact, before sending to the market, we insist that that product must be tested to make sure that not just bringing in anything to the market, because that cannot shortchange our country. We need to protect Nigerians, millions of Nigerians. So we need to make sure that they are using a quality product.
Back at NAFDAC laboratories, all hand sanitizers are subjected to scientific analysis before given market authorization.
What we are doing presently during this COVID-19 pandemic is that we want to be sure that only safe and quality products are available for Nigerians for use, especially the hand sanitizers. This advent of COVID-19 has initiated a lot of people trying to produce sanitizers suddenly. And we have to be sure that these sanitizers are of good quality and are safe to use. And they can actually do what they are expected to do. So the lab has been receiving a lot of sanitizers recently, and we have been testing them to ascertain their quality. And our sister directorate has been giving them administrative approval so that they can be readily available to the general population for use. But here in the lab, we make sure that whatever we approve is of good quality and they can actually perform the functions it's supposed to do.
Here in Central Laboratory Oshodi, we're concerned with the analysis of the ethanol content, the alcohol content. Ethanol and isopropyl alcohol are used for the production of the hand sanitizer. And there are specifications and quantity that is supposed to be present in the hand sanitizer. So we do the analysis using our GCFID to detect the quantity of these active pharmaceutical ingredients present in the hand sanitizers.
Time now for NAFDAC updates, our bulletin on NAFDAC's activities across the nation.
NAFDAC NABS company in the business of repackaging expired spices. NAFDAC has shut down a company registered as Somgeo Nigeria Limited for the unscrupulous act of rebagging and falsifying expired curry and thyme spices, revalidating same to unsuspected consumers. Following a petition filed by a concerned citizen on alleged revalidation, distribution and sale of expired curry and thyme seasonings, and thorough investigation by the Investigation and Enforcement Division of the agency, on the 3rd of February 2021, the agency's enforcement officers and its federal task force team stormed the company's warehouse and factory located at Betu Village, Saletu bus stop off Ibeju-Lekki and 23 Tunji Bello Street, Lekki, Lagos respectively, where some workers repackaging the expired thyme and curry spices were caught in the act. Also found were large quantities of expired curry and thyme spices stored with packaging materials, labels, as well as stamps used in repackaging and revalidating the already expired spices, some of which had expired since 2018. The general public is hereby advised to be vigilant and exercise discretion when purchasing spices and other food items. NAFDAC is fully alive to her responsibilities of assuring the safety, wholesomeness, and quality of foods and other regulated products offered for sale to the public, and enjoins everyone to report any suspected case of falsification to the nearest NAFDAC office. That's it on NAFDAC Update for today. You've been updated.
Wane ne?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Barka da yau.
Ina gajiya.
Ina uwar gida da yara.
Sannu da zuwa.
Sannu.
Sannu ko?
Zo ka je wajen Karo. Ka siyo kawunka barasa mai sanyi.
Abba koma ka zauna. Haba yaya, kuskure ne a aika yaro da bai kai shekaru 18 ba sayan barasa. Don yin haka kaga zai sa shi ma ya so sha'awan ya sha. Ba ni kuɗin na sayo.
Ai ban sani ba ne.
Na taɓa faɗa maka.
Ya kamata a dinga kiyayewa. Don ma'aikatan NAFDAC tana gargaɗi da jama'a da su guji tura yaran da ba su kai shekaru 18 ba sayan barasa.
Ba zan sake ba.
Hakika ya zama wajibi ga mu iyaye da masu saye da sayarwa da dai duk jama'a a tabbatar an sa ido wanda bai kai shekaru 18 ba shi da mu'amala da barasa don haɗarinta. Ya zama wajibi ne mu haɗa kai don samun nasara.
Wannan saƙo ne na musamman daga Distillers and Blenders Association of Nigeria da hukumar NAFDAC tare da ma'aikatan lafiya ta tarayya.
That's our package for today. Please join us same time, same station next week for a fresh edition. In the meantime, if you have comments, complaints, or you want to report activities of fake drugs or adulterated food product peddlers, our doors are always open. You can reach NAFDAC via toll-free numbers. For inquiries, call 0700 162 3322. For complaints, call 0800 162 3322. You may also email NAFDAC at nafdac.gov.ng. If you have complaints about any form of misconduct, you can reach the Reforms Unit via email reforms@nafdac.gov.ng or call the Reforms hotlines on 0909 763 0506 or 0909 763 0507. NAFDAC, customer focused, agency minded. Remember, COVID-19 is real. Please ensure you and your family follow the safety measures as outlined by the NCDC. Stay away from crowded places as much as possible, and if you must be out there, please wear a face mask. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water, and ensure you use only NAFDAC-approved alcohol-based hand sanitizers. See you next week. Stay safe.